Welcome back to Hit Z Road. We're doing a solitaire playthrough. This episode we will be dealing with day 5 and 6 on our trip from Chicago to Los Angeles during the zombie apocalypse, of course. Alright, well, we have our leader here, myself, 6 survivors. I think we have 6 gas, 7 adrenaline, 14 ammunition. We have to decide which path we're going on for day 5. Again, unknown. We would get 2 resources if we take the top path. We get no resources, or we don't have to pay any resources to take the middle path. And the bottom one, which would cost us 2 resources to take, no victory points, doesn't look too appealing to me. I think we're going to take the gas tanker route. This is going to give us 4 fuel. Let me readjust the camera, zoom down a bit, and we're going to take path number 2, which doesn't give us or cost us any resources. So let's go ahead and see what happens for day 5. Okay, so we're going to encounter the gas tanker first, but we don't know what this is. Oh man, we're getting pretty lucky. That says spend 2 fuel for each fuel not spent. For each fuel not spent, lose a survivor. Oh, spend 2 fuel. Oh, wow. I don't know. We are lucking out big time. Big time, big time. All right, day 5. Looks like it's starting off fantastically. We have run into a tanker truck. It's going to give us a victory point. We're going to collect 4 fuel and nothing else happens. So we find a tanker truck to fuel up our mopeds. And awesome. Get a victory point. Going to collect 4 fuel tokens. So now we have, I believe, 10 fuel tokens. Wow, what a good day so far. And this card, equally awesome. We're going to end up getting an adrenaline. So that's the first thing. So we get an adrenaline for that. And then it says spend 2 fuel. For each fuel not spent, lose a survivor. Well, we're going to spend 2 fuel. We're going to hit the open road. And we're going to travel as far as possible on day 5. Excellent, excellent stuff. So we have to spend 2 fuel. Well, we collected 4 fuel. We spend 2, so we came out ahead there. And we ended up even getting a victory point. Excellent. Well, that was just really good luck so far. What's day 6 going to have for us? I don't know, because we're into level 3 cards now. So let me get set up for that. And we'll see what happens for day 6. It could get pretty ugly. All right, so we're all set up to begin day number 6. After finding the fuel tanker and traveling a long, long way, we're getting closer and closer to Los Angeles. As we get closer to Los Angeles, of course, we end up getting into traffic jam vehicles on the freeways. So, of course, path number 1, we don't know what it is. We're into level 3 cards. So let's take a look at the first one for path 2 for day 6. We're going to get an adrenaline here. And it says spend 2 fuel. For each fuel not spend, lose a survivor. Again, we could use up all our tanker fuel to do that. Then we have an unknown card here, which may or may not be nasty. The bottom path, we have to spend 2 resources to go here. It gives us a victory point, though we don't get anything. And it's a horde, 6 zombies horde mode. Unfortunately, we didn't take Tim, because he would have gone into pyro mode. If you have the stickman token, which we don't have, all zombies from the start are killed, then discard the stickman token. Would have been nice to have it, but we don't. So we would have to fight 6 zombies, and one of the dice would have to be replaced with the red horde die, which has less hits on it and more damage for our survivors. And then we get to the last card for this path. If at least 1 player has been eliminated from the game, fight 8 zombies instead of 1. Well, we would just be fighting 1 because we're doing solitaire. No victory points, though, no resources. No real reason to go down the bottom path. So we have a decision to make here. I think we can eliminate this one. It's kind of a useless path for us. Although, well, we'd have to fight horde zombies to get 1 victory point. Other option is this one. We don't have to fight any zombies. So we wouldn't be losing any survivors. We do get an adrenaline, but we have to spend a couple of fuel in order to do this. And then we'd have 1 card we don't know. Or we can take a risk, get 2. We can end up getting 2 resources of our choice and go with the unknown. And I don't know. I'm getting kind of wimpy. I want to survive this game. I think we're going to take the middle path here. So the other ones will be discarded. So we don't have to pay any resources and we don't get any resources. So we're going to deal with this. So let me zoom down here. And so for day 6, we run into, looks like a traffic jam and something else we don't know. So we're going to find out here in a second. Okay, so here we are, day 6. We run into, of course, a freeway that is completely jammed up with stalled vehicles. And I'm sure there's zombies all over the place. But let's find out what our next card is. Wow, we're getting pretty darn lucky. So this is going to give us an adrenaline for each radiation token you have. Lose a survivor. We don't have any, and it's just regular zombies. So far, so good. So let's deal with this. So we get into the freeway here, outside of Los Angeles. I guess we're getting closer. This is day 6, and we're going to get an adrenaline. So that's at least something. So we get an adrenaline token there. Now, we have decisions to make here. Spend 2 fuel, or for each fuel not spent, lose a survivor. We could lose 2 survivors if we want. Keep our fuel. But you know what? We're nice. We're going to spend our fuel. We got 4 of them from the fuel tanker. So we're going to go ahead and spend 2 fuel and keep that card. All right, so spending our 2 fuel and keeping the card. Now, it didn't give us any victory points. Neither does this one. And the unfortunate bit of this card is we are going to get an adrenaline, so that's good. So we're going to collect our adrenaline token. For each radiation token you have, lose a survivor. We don't have any, so that's good. We're not going to lose any survivors. We are going to have to set up 5 zombies, though. Similar to when we had to deal with the zombie police. Now we have to deal with just regular, looks like radiated zombies, but we don't have any radiation tokens, so not an issue for us. All right, once again, we have decisions to make. The first round of combat we can do is ranged if we want to spend ammunition tokens, and I do believe we are going to do it. We're going to spend 3 of our ammunition tokens. We have lots. That's going to allow us to roll 6 black dice, and we're rolling black dice because these guys aren't horde zombies, they're just regular green zombies. So we're going to roll 6 dice. We ignore all symbols on the dice except the hit symbols, which would give us a zombie kill. And so let's go ahead and roll our 6 dice. This is our ranged attack, and we'll see what happens. And so it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. So we take out 4 zombies. Not quite enough to eliminate the horde. So again, we have a decision to make. We can spend 2 fuel to flee, or we can do a melee round attack. So risky as it is, we're going to do a melee attack. We have lots of adrenaline, so not too concerned about doing a melee attack. We're going to be rolling 7 black dice because these guys are regular. So let's go ahead. This is going to be a melee attack. So now we do have to look at all of the symbols on all the dice and deal with them. And what do we get here? Wow, we are so lucky. This, of course, symbol means we have an opportunity kill if we want. A zombie is within reach. You may spend an adrenaline to kill a zombie. Well, we don't need to. We only have 1 zombie left. I should mention the blanks are just dodges. It means basically nothing happens. But we do have 4 hits, and we even have a hit which we could spend an adrenaline to become 2 hits, but we annihilate the final zombie with all of these hits. And we didn't lose any survivors, and we didn't even have to spend any adrenaline. Of course, we get this card. It's not worth a victory point, but it looks like we pretty handily survived day 5 and day 6. So let me get set up for day 7, and that will conclude our episode for today. All right, so we're all set up for our final episode, which will happen, of course, after this one. So this is the conclusion of day 5 and 6. Looking ahead to day 7, of course, we have 2 level 3 cards that we don't know what they are. Let's take a look at this one. This does not look good. This would be path number 2. You can't flee from this fight, so there's no spending fuel to get away from this one. Worth a victory point. This is now horde zombies, 6 of them, and we have to replace 2 of the black dice with 2 red ones, which of course are much more deadly for our survivors. And we don't know what the second one is. So if we get trapped in a building, looks like a house with a fridge here. Our other path, we can spend 2 resources to go down this path. This looks pretty nice. We get 2 adrenaline, home sweet home. So that's a non-issue one. And then this one, looks like we get to LAX. We get an adrenaline. It's worth 2 victory points. Airplane, is there anyone who can fly this thing? It's a horde zombies again, 6 of them with 2 red dice. We do have a lot of ammunition though, so we should be able to pop off a bunch of them guys. But I don't know. We've got some thinking to do, of course, for the next episode. So thanks so much for watching along. Again, this is Hit Z Road. We're playing a solitaire version. We only have 1 episode left to conclude the series. It's going to be day 7 and day 8. Haven't lost any survivors. We've actually gained 2 survivors along the way. I think we still have 6 fuel. We have about 10 ammunition or so, and almost might be 8 or 9 or 10 adrenaline as well. So we're doing pretty well. We only have 2 more days to get through, the 2 final days on our trek to LA. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your subscriptions, your comments, your likes. Join me the next time for the conclusion to Hit Z Road Solitaire. Are we going to make it? It looks promising, but you never know. So thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next episode.